Don't forget it. One West, I'm living. Yeah, this for all my brothers and sisters. Yeah, feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you. Yeah, breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission. Yeah, UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living. Yeah, this for all my niggas, brothers and sisters. Yeah, feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you. Yeah, breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission. Yeah. Don't forget it. One West, I'm living. Yeah, this for all my niggas, brothers and sisters. Yeah, feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you. Yeah, breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission. Yeah, UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living. Yeah, this for all my niggas, brothers and sisters. Yeah, feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you. Yeah, breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission. Yeah. Who I be? Crime apart, never saw. Break these bitches off. Get one through your stomach, through your damn meal figure. One West, nothing but soldiers and real niggas. Let my ox get ya. Kiss the motherfucking boots to play my picture. If you ain't an Israelite, then I don't fuck with you. Passing flyers through the bar, baby, you can take a picture. When they see us at the mall and we break it down, do it for the 12 tribe blood of an Israelite. When them devils start to die, we gon' ride. Blessed by the most high, we gon' break the sky. When them white babies whine, throw them off in the fire. Bury me a motherfucking priest when I die. UPK, One West, you know that's the lie. Fuck the other side, we don't fuck with you kind. If God give the order and we gon' take ground. Okay, don't forget it. One West, I'm living. Yeah, this for all my niggas, brothers and sisters. Yeah, feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you. Yeah, breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission. Yeah, UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living. Yeah, this for all my niggas, brothers and sisters. Yeah, feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you. Yeah, breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission. Yeah.
Shalom Israel. Shalom Israel. You know what it is, Take Ground Radio. Under Command Jay Yohana. One West. On the 25th Street. Let's get the theme song going. This is Take Ground Radio, Take Ground Breakdowns, Matrix Sessions. Where we go over relationship advice. You learn Israelite culture. You learn the way of Israelites. You learn the way of the way we move, the way we believe, the way we teach. You know what I mean? Especially in relationship advice, not only with your spouse or significant other, but also family, friends, cousins, relatives, moms, dads, all that. Especially when you're coming into the truth. So how we do it is it's an open forum. So you bring your questions. Okay, you type in your questions, and we will answer them live. Okay. We will answer them live. All right. Like I said, it's basically about learning Israelite culture and the way we do things. Now, we said I'm from the Israelite School UPK. It's Captain Kapash, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command Jenny Yohana. Let's get our theme song going. 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Yohana. Okay. Thanks to Officer Kompar for the dope music. Shalom Kamash. So let's get into it. Let me get my strong. Get my drink in my cup. All right. So what do we have for today is what we have for today in today's culture. All right. And what we're going to talk about today is sexual deviancy. Okay. Sexual deviancy. There's a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to the Israelites and so-called sexual deviancy. Israelite culture. Hey, Shalom, Adawan, mighty man. Yahweh Shemar Shabrakatah. So, the water for tuning in for a quick sec. But like I said, what we have today is, sexual deviancy. So, Israelites, we known for pushing multiple wives. We known for that. Okay, but what we seeing now is basically a sexual deviancy growing around what's they got different names for it, calling it polygamy. They saying, oh, that's not that, it's polygyny. Oh, it's not that, it's poly this and poly that. In Israelite culture, we just call it multiple wives. Alright, that's all we call it. Alright, but one thing we not going to ever call it is threesomes. This type of thruple, it's like it's not a couple, but it's a thruple. That's what's coming out now, which is kind of a sexual deviant offshoot of the truth. Because what happens is when we come out with the truth, you have ones that are solely against it, and you have ones that are solely for it. But then you also have the people in the middle, in the gray area, who say, you guys got a point. You guys got a point. Maybe we is Israelites. Maybe there gotta, there is 12. We are the 12 tribes. Everything. I don't believe everything. I think we should still love the white man. But you got a point. Yeah. Multiple wives, multiple women. I ain't gonna get down how you brothers do it, but you have a point. So this is what they do. You have that group in the middle who, to Christ is the worst group. Christ said, I'd rather you be hot or cold. If you lukewarm, I'll spew you out. So, the Lord, that's the worst ones to be the Lord, the ones in the middle. But a lot of the ones in the middle, what they do is they imitate. So they may say, oh, like now it's a throuple. So he got multiple wives, but the wives sleep with each other also. That's the sexual deviancy that is not Israelite culture. It has never been Israelite culture to accept lesbianism between wives or between sisters. You understand? So now you got the world trying to say no throuple. Or they do it, which is not Israelite culture. I have another wife, but I let my wife pick my other wife. That's also not Israelite culture. The scriptures tell us. Don't a woman that's jealous over another woman, you can't get advice from her. You can't counsel with her. You can't consult with a woman who is jealous of another woman. So you could never do it the right way with my wife is gonna make the choice if I'm gonna get a new wife or not, or she's gonna choose her, or we all gonna make the choice together. So that's where it goes off. And don't forget to ask your questions if you got any questions on the topic, on the subject, or even off. As long as it's relationship advice. That's what we own in the Intake Ground Radio in this session. You know what I mean? Make sure you tune in tonight as well for Kentucky 8 podcast, Israelite World News, where we go into news stories. All right. But back to where we at. If you allow a brother who has, let's say, 2 women, 2 wives, if you allow them to be on a sexual interaction together, that's going to destroy everything. For one, the Lord, the Most High God, who sees everything, He will not allow it. And that opens the door for Satan. Opens the door for demons to come in. You have to be very orderly about this. You have to be very orderly. You have to be very orderly when it comes to multiple wives. You cannot let them having sex with each other. I know a lot of young brothers come in and they like, oh yeah, this is where it's at. Multiple wives. And they jumping on just getting a few women together, you know, freaking a whole bunch of freakism, other than just one man and one woman at a time. You know, yeah, diseases, and not only that, that's sin. Sin is going to bring trouble from the Lord. Regardless, sin will bring trouble from the Lord. No matter how you look at it. If you offend the Most High, breaking His laws, look, I'm telling you, Israelite culture. You don't have to accept Israelite culture. But this is the point. This is the problem where you got these guys who are in the middle. They ain't all the way for the UPK, who's the ones bringing out the Israelite culture, but they not all the way against it. So they in the middle. They want to try to learn and say some things, but then they want to, oh, well, I believe this part of what the UPK is saying, but I don't believe that part. He gonna heap coals of fire on your own head. And it's not gonna be pretty. Like the brother said, confusion, diseases. And the push for that, you know, it comes from the Christian church. I just gonna have to put it out there. The push for that, it comes from the Christian church. It actually comes from the opposing side, Antichrist, from the people who are against the truth. That part is what's pushing for that. Because what's their argument all the time? Oh, brothers don't want multiple wives to build or nothing like that. They got lusts. They got freaky lusts that they want to do. That's all that's about. They just want sex. As if that's not what the Christian church always wants. So they trying to put that on us like that's all we about. When the Christian church is the one that forbid to marry and tell people, you can have sex, but that don't mean they're married. You can have sex, but That don't mean nothing if you ain't married. You're just trying them things out. You're just testing the waters. That's the Christian church. That's what they believe and teach. But they're trying to lecture us about lust. Now, it ain't no sin for a brother to want a woman. That's all 100%. Fuck you talking about? That's what it's supposed to be. But behind that is also actions and responsibility that come with that. I ain't ever gonna tell a brother, not to want women if that's what he want. But I'm gonna tell him it's responsibility behind that you gotta man up in that shit. You gotta live up to the expectations and the responsibility of taking on a woman, because that's taking on a responsibility. And if you ain't ready to take on that responsibility, then don't sleep with that woman. That's not lust. That's responsibility. That's logic. That's maturity. Christian church act like children. You brothers that trying to get all these women to sleep with each other. They got the Facebook groups now. They call it a polygamy Facebook group, but all it is a bunch of hoes talking about, I want to sleep with some woman and some dude. Where you at? Somebody. What city you in? Anybody want to hook up with me and my girl? That's all it is. That's what the cats. That's the cats in the middle who want to hear a little bit of the UPK, but they don't want to hear the UPK and listen and hearken. They don't want to shamai. They don't want to hearken. And that's what's going to bring destruction. We're going to do the story tonight. The STD rate is skyrocketing right now. And you can imagine why. You can imagine how and why. The STD rate is skyrocketing across the nation. Across this wicked kingdom. People coming out from the pandemic. The Christian culture has let loose on the earth. What do they call it nowadays? They call it sneaky links. A whole bunch of sneaky links, which is just somebody in your phone that you don't claim, nobody really know about. You just hit them up for sex. And that's a failure from the Christian church, the Christian religion. You ask these young people who prescribe to Christianity, they say, yeah, I'm a Christian. I believe, God loves everybody. Ask them, okay, what is that God of yours that you believe in the Christian church? What does he say about sneaky links? Oh, ain't no ring. We ain't married. They tell the little girls, you ain't married. You gotta try you need to try out the feel first. You need to see what you like first. You ain't never heard an Israelite say that bullshit. You ain't never heard an Israelite say that shit. And you never will. Yeah, Nahar brought out a good point. He said Yahweh Shai understood women today need to be alone for now. And he's got a heavy point. He's got a point. I hate to beat a dead horse or to jump on a bandwagon, but this ain't no jumping on a bandwagon, because UPK been saying this since 1969, that a lot of these women are not ready for to be no type of wife. They not even worthy enough for a brother to sleep with. Like, brothers, a lot of these women out here are not even worthy enough for you to sleep with her. If you're going to be a man of substance, you're going to be a man of the Most High. This goes back to what I said in the beginning. The cats in the middle who are not against it, not for it, the truth in the Israelite culture that's permeating throughout society, they're the ones who are in the middle. They're the ones who want to play, it's going to be my wife. Or, I'm going to have multiple wives. But then they don't hold the standard. They don't hold a woman up to the standard that the UPK has laid down. UPK has laid down a standard, brothers and sisters. And we are not going to allow that standard to lack and become diminished. So brothers and sisters can just get their rocks off and have temporary pleasures. That's all it is a temporary pleasure. It's like I was saying, we're not going to allow the standard to fall. We're going to require that brothers and sisters, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans rise to the occasion. As opposed to staying at the bottom. We have to rise to the occasion. And it's not easy. It's not easy. You can follow me on Clubhouse, Kapash, CHAAPASH. I was listening to a group earlier that the topic was that we're not victims, we just make bad choices. And my rebuttal to that topic is victims tend to make bad choices because they're victims. And what does it mean to be a victim? It means somebody wronged you. You were wronged. Now, we were done wrong to as a people here in this kingdom. But we can't let that hold us back and keep us down. We have to fight through that to keep the standard. Brother brought out a heavy point. He said, I pray some women stop twerking and learn sewing, nursing. We're going to try to save all Israel. But as you see, all Israel right now is not showing themselves worthy to be saved. Like so many sisters are so what they done to our people, man. What they've done to our people is heinous. But they done to our sisters. How they've created our sisters. They've made our sisters into the basest of human beings. They made our brothers into the basest of human beings as well. And it has been perpetuated through the Christian church. The Christian church doesn't require anything. To be a Christian, all you gotta do is wear a suit, pay your tithes, put some money in the bucket, and sing some fucking songs. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to change. You don't have to alter no lifestyle. You can sleep with whoever you want to sleep, whenever, wherever, anytime, any day. What you seeing is the Christian household on display. Every time you see a sister twerking in her bedroom for the internet, that is the Christian church's home being put on Front Street. Look at the pastors. You ever heard of them? What they always try to say, the pastor's kids, PK, pastor's kids. What is the reputation of pastors' kids? The reputation of pastors' kids are that they are disgusting children, that they are wicked, that they put on a front for the church and for the people of the church, but then they're doing all this nastiness behind scenes. They know how to cover it up and make it look nice, but behind the scenes, inside, they are wicked and disgusting. They just know how to paint the picture. Where do they learn that from? They learn that from their parents. They witness their parents paint a picture that they are holier than thou, but they don't see that. But they know their parents are wicked and disgusting as well. You think they don't see their dads sleeping with all the women in the church? Every first woman in every Christian church all over the damn kingdom got to deal with all type of sexual lust under the cover, behind the scenes, that the rest of the people ain't seeing. She got to live with it and cover it up and this and that. I would say Lord be with them, but they chose, a lot of them chose that lifestyle, and they want the benefits regardless of the way the lifestyle is. Hard part of a good point. He said, I pray for power. Pentecost at One West. Right. But yeah, I'm gonna get ahead and get ready for class. Thank you for tuning in to another Take Ground Radio, Take Ground Breakdown Matrix Sessions. 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Hanna. While our brothers and sisters can learn the high road that they're supposed to take. Learn the righteousness that has to be, that they have to put inside of them, not only on the outside, but on the inside as well. It's the Israelite School of UPK. We got classes Monday through Friday, 7 to 9. We'll have it on this channel as well. It's time to get right with the Most High. The time is short. There's only a little bit of time left. There's only a little bit of time left for this empire. Change your ways, get right with the Most High. Bring forth fruits, meet for repentance. Wake up out of sleep. Lay up your folly ground. Arise, arise, O Israel. Be prepared for our Lord's coming. Get dressed for the wedding. Go to ishbk.com for more information. And Thawada Nahar for tuning in and everything, and everybody. Thawada, thank you for everybody tuning in. Make sure you catch us on the next one. Learn this truth. Get right with the Most High. With that said, Shalom.
ain't no peace. Teaching we setting up zones. Devil just leave me alone. Jenna Johanna then gave me a home. I put in work for the throne. I wish you across the line. Please let me take her. Won't fresh spray round. Won't ready stand down. Young nigga preach. Bury me a motherfucking